Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Justina. Welcome to my channel. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So here today I'm going to talk about the solar eclipse in Aries. It's a total eclipse, in fact, and this eclipse will happen on the 8th of April at 19 degrees of Aries. So have a look if you have any placements at around 19 degrees of Aries or Libra. We are especially looking at these conjunctions or oppositions, give or take 3 degrees, because you will be under a greater influence of this eclipse. If your birthday falls on the 8th of April, then this coming year will be huge. You'll be starting a new and brand new major phase in your life without a doubt. This eclipse will be visible in some parts of the US, Canada, Mexico, with partial eclipsing in North America and Western Europe. Aries is a cardinal fire sign, and cardinal signs are action oriented. Here, an eclipse, a solar eclipse, which is 5 to 6 times stronger than a regular new moon in a cardinal sign Aries, indicates that these are generally times to take action, to take charge of your life, because these are changeable times, because the cardinal signs are the signs that initiate each and every season. One of the strongest triggers of any eclipse are the nodes. So here, when the nodes reach the degree of the eclipse, which can happen before the eclipse or after, this is when the eclipse is especially activated. And here, the north node, because the north node is currently in Aries, and this is a solar eclipse in Aries, so we are looking at the north node. So here the North Node reached the 19th degree of Aries back in January, in the second part of January. So this is when this eclipse was already activated. So many of us will have likely worked with the energies of this eclipse already in January. Then we had the North Node and Chiron conjunction, and here we've got the solar eclipse in Aries taking place. Very often, eclipses seem to uncover major mysteries, secrets, things that were hidden from us. Now, this eclipse is tightly conjunct Chiron, the wounded healer, the asteroid, which suggests that during this time, we may be healing something that was overlooked in the past, something that we missed, something that we failed to address. So here we've got an opportunity for a fresh start, even if it's something to do with just taking a different approach or a fresh approach, or just doing things differently moving forward. There is a massive emphasis upon rebirth, regeneration, fresh and new beginnings. Now, a solar eclipse conjunct Chiron can play out differently for different people. Those who invested a lot of time and energy towards inner healing, they might undergo this massive transformation. They might experience a tremendous healing and some really life-changing events. However, any egocentric, selfish, or arrogant behavioral patterns can lead to destruction or some negative experiences, but only to help you to realign you and get you back on track so that you can find your true path. So here, total eclipse is here to help us to find our path, to follow the right path, rather than do what is expected. And the moon's dispositor, or ruler, if you will, is Mars. Mars is in Pisces. Mars in Pisces gives us an opportunity to bring our dreams to life. But at the same time, this is when we can heal through arts or through creativity, for example. Sometimes with Mars in Pisces, we feel like our energy is drained very easily and that we are not able to take action as quickly as we would have hoped. But here, the goal is, or the challenge is, to find a healthy balance between action and surrender. and at the same time to learn how to direct this energy in a way that is productive and fulfilling. During this time, Mercury, the planet connected to communication, rational thinking, transportation, Mercury is retrograde, but also combust, overpowered by the energies of the sun. And this could generally affect our rational and straightforward thinking. On a global scale, information might not be fully exposed or available. So communicate as clearly as you can during this time. All right, so let's see what this eclipse will bring for you on a deeper level. We will look at each sign. I follow Western astrology and tropical zodiac. So let's begin from the first sign, and this is Aries. All right, so hello, Aries, and welcome. So here, a solar eclipse in your first house about some major new beginnings connected to your identity, to you, to your persona. What are you starting? What are you initiating? What are you healing from? Is there something that you overlooked in the past? Is there something that you missed, neglected, and now the time has come for you to look deeper and closer at this matter, issue, whatever it is, and put it to rest, heal, move on with your life into a healthier and more fulfilling future. Generally, Chiron in the first house very often is connected to healing of anything that affects our confidence, affects our ability to take charge of our life, to be confident, to fight for what is ours, for what is needed. So if you have any blockages that generally limit that ability for you to experience that sense of fulfillment with your confidence has been affected by certain life circumstances over the last few years or months, during this eclipse, you have an opportunity to heal. Of course, healing takes time. It's not an overnight process, but this may have already been a journey that started a few months ago. I told you that this eclipse was activated in January. You are reinventing yourself. And with the North Node in your first house, you are moving generally into a future that aligns better with who you are becoming. The North Node is here. If it was the South Node, there would be a lot of clearing away, but that clearing away is emphasized in your area of relationships, love matters as well. Here, with the North Node, you are working on yourself, self-improvement, and this is about setting new goals, healthy goals, and at the same time, it could be generally shifting away from whatever that is no longer needed, old patterns. You've got so many influences here happening at this time, and Mars is still in your 12th house at this point. Generally, when Mars is in the 12th house, there's a lot happening in our lives, but we don't have enough energy to fulfill everything. We can feel drained very quickly, very easily. So remember to generally take some rest, have a break when you need to. You will regain the strength and that vitality as soon as Mars moves into your first house. But overall here, it's all about you, healing of the self. And I think this is connected to that confidence that maybe you lack or was crushed in some way. Maybe this is connected to your physical appearance. If you don't like something about yourself, maybe this is about accepting, self-acceptance, finding the inner beauty on the inside, not just on the outside. So I think that's the message for you here. Dear Aries. Now let's move into the next sign. Taurus. Taurus, this is happening in your 12th house. The 12th house deals with our subconscious mind, our inner world, private life. We are often a lot in our head during 12th house transits. Mercury is retrograde here. I think there's a lot happening in your private life, a lot of things that need your attention, resolution. Here, a lot of healing inner work is highlighted without a doubt, especially with that 12th house influence. This is a time when you might want to withdraw and just detach from the outside world, the outside influences. You might be extra sensitive. You might have insomnia during this time. It's all not sure. It's not, these are not generally the energies here. It's not something that will impact you for a long time, but at this point in your life, maybe it's time to reflect, heal, because maybe there is something that needs your attention. Of course, you are going through major lifestyle changes without a doubt with the 6th and the 12th house activation. But at the same time, this is also about major healing phase that you're going through. Maybe this is about your mental health as well. If you struggle with anxiety, overthinking, then perhaps this here eclipse is here to help you to heal, to find the right treatments, to find the right specialist, for example, as well. Maybe this is going to be connected to anything like creativity, because the 12th house is a very creative, dreamy house, and Mars is in Pisces. Maybe you'll be involved in some spiritual group activity of some sort, something generally that could help you to heal. You are kind of dropping this major heavy baggage during this time, or have an opportunity for doing so. And I think this can be extremely liberating here, as long as you put the necessary work. Because you might have a need to withdraw, you might have a need to spend time alone. And you know what? You need time to regenerate and to recharge your energies, because at this point, you might find that a lot of people are oversharing their emotional burdens with you. And it's not, I'm not saying it in a negative sense, but during 12th house transits and with so many planets here at this point, you attract people to you like a sponge. Very often this is the case. So you might actually act as a very supportive friend or a person to someone that really needs your support. But at the same time, look after your own health and make sure that you find time for peace and quiet, to recharge yourself, to think things through. I think generally healing of the inner self, mental health, moving away from the old patterns, and it's all about embracing the new and fresh as per that Aries influence. Mercury is retrograde. So also take it easy, because you might be also returning some ideas, goals from the past, and reassessing, reviewing your life. I think this is also a major thing taking place as well. All right, so let's now move into the next sign, and that's Gemini. All right, so now Gemini is a versatile sign of duality. For many Geminis, well, it hasn't been the easiest time since Saturn entered Pisces, especially those in the first decan of Pisces. Those with in the first decan, I will tell you that the worst is behind you, because this year Saturn is especially triggering the second decan. But regardless of that, your 11th house is influenced. And for many Geminis, new friendships are coming to light. I know many Geminis in my life, and I can see that many of them are going through friendship changes. They lost friends. It doesn't mean that they lost, you know, you lose friend forever, but people relocate, their circumstances change. And don't get, if you feel lonely, if you feel like you lost your friends, or you need to find a new social circle, this will definitely appear in your life. This is all here highlighted with these eclipses. Basically, some friendships may have fulfilled its purpose, and it's time for new engagements, experiences, discoveries. Of course, it's not easy, but you are a watchable sign. You can move on, and you can adapt quickly. So yes, so basically a solar eclipse on the north node is about the future. It's about getting us closer to our purpose. It's about realigning ourselves with where we are supposed to be. This eclipse is happening in your friendships area. So for new friendships, could be very much the case. New groups, perhaps you're joining a new organization, perhaps you're becoming a member of a certain group organization and so on. But there is a need to maybe create a social life or a more fulfilling social life of some sort. I think new friendships, definitely. At the same time, I think you'll be redefining your goals, especially the ones who have been influenced already by that square from from Saturn in Pisces. I think that you may have gone through a process of transformation to a certain extent, as you perhaps maybe let go of certain patterns that fulfill their purpose. And now you are embracing something fresh and new, making new plans, setting new goals. Remember, your ruler is retrograde at this point. So take it easy, because sometimes communication might be disturbed. And overall, it could also mean that our rational mind might not function as per usual. So just keep it in mind. Now, at the same time, this could be about a new source of income as well, because the 11th house is the house, the second from the 10th. So perhaps it's a new way to generate income through your business, for example. But I think that you're also healing. And as I mentioned in the previous videos, perhaps some memories from the past might be coming up, connected to any challenging experiences you went through in group surroundings. And now here you will see them from a different angle, a different light, and perhaps you will have a better understanding of what you went through. And you will take these past experiences as perhaps very valuable lessons for the future. Maybe you want to establish your own group. And this could be very much the case as well. But it's all about healing of either friendships or perhaps some past experiences in group surroundings. At the same time, it looks like you're establishing yourself in a new social circle, new friends, new people will be entering your life. Until the North Node in Aries remains in this house, you will be attracting new connections into your life, people with whom you will have something in common, or people who can help you on your life path, for example, help you to find a job, help you or inspire you in some way. Inspire is the word, definitely. Cancers, this is happening in your 10th house. So the 10th house is the career area. So some new beginnings in the career sense, a new job, perhaps you're joining a new organization, perhaps you're being recognized for your work, for your achievements. Perhaps you're entering a brand new career where you'll be healing people. And this has been on the massive rise. Actually, I've seen there are so many new healers, astrologers on YouTube, that I see that there's a lot of it now coming out. A lot on a huge, massive scale. So perhaps you're entering a healing career of some sort. But at the same time, I think that you'll be also healing some past wounds connected to perhaps how you see authority figures, how you connect with people from higher positions, for example. With Chiron involved, this is when perhaps you might also have to confront some past wounds or situations connected to your professional life, career growth, opportunities of some sort. And it might be also a time or an opportunity for healing and for growth. You may need to perhaps reassess your goals, find new ways to align your career with your inner values. So this is an amazing opportunity for you also to use this time to gain a much deeper understanding of yourself, of your purpose, of whether you are heading in the right direction in your career or whether something needs to change. And if so, then what? Here, this eclipse can really help you to clarify your professional goals, your career-related objectives. Now, at the same time, since the 10th house is also the house of our status, for some cancers, this could be about your status changing. So perhaps you're getting married, engaged, or perhaps you're becoming a grandparent or a parent. So this kind of dynamics would also be very much the case. Okay, so now let's move into the next sign, and this is Leo. So hello, Leos, and welcome to your horoscope. So this eclipse will be taking place in your ninth house. The ninth house deals with our life purpose, publishing, foreign matters, adventure, excitement, freedom, independence. So generally, I think in April, you will be craving a little bit of adventure, a little bit of excitement. Perhaps you will want to engage in activities that will generally increase your adrenaline. Perhaps you will be traveling, exploring. I think there is so many opportunities. There are so many opportunities for you with so many planets in your ninth house. So here, many Leos will be traveling, international travel, either for work or perhaps for leisure, with Venus here being present as well. And at the same time, I think this is also a time when perhaps you'll be traveling to a retreat or a place where you can heal, or a place that feels very soothing, very calming to you. Now, at the same time, you could be also perhaps joining or participating. This could be about participating in some events connected to healing. There is a lot of healing, of course, of the self, but at the same time, this could be about setting new goals for yourself, realigning yourself with your purpose. Perhaps you're starting a new course of study, or you want to learn a new language. Go for it. It's an amazing time for doing so with the eclipses on the ninth and the third house, and the North Node is in the ninth house. So it's all about expanding your horizons, wisdom. It's not about limiting yourself just to what's around you. You need to go further. You need to go beyond, with the North Node in the ninth house and the South Node in the third house. So here, any opportunities that will help you to advance in your career, that will help you to feel free, independent, excited, this is all really, really beneficial for you. While the North Node remains in Aries, you might be redefining your life principles, your life philosophy. Perhaps you're regaining your confidence, and it's easier for you to communicate more authentically and more openly. This is connected also to new connections, international connections, career abroad, some opportunities for working abroad, for example, for studying, as I mentioned earlier. Perhaps this is also connected to a legal case. And here, this could be about some major announcements taking place. Perhaps you're publishing during this time. So lots of amazing opportunities that could generally help you to heal lots of wounds from the past. And I think it's also about regaining that inner power and moving into the direction that will help you to be yourself, your true and authentic self. Now, you could be dealing with expenses during this time. Yes, Mars is in your eighth house. Maybe you'll be traveling, and this could be the case, in which case, make sure you leave early, you prepare well, because Mercury is retrograde. So here there could be transportation delays. But other than that, I think this could be a really fun and exciting time. Let's have a look at Virgos. Virgos, this is your eighth house. So here, the eighth house deals with transformation, regeneration, but also with finances, joint and shared resources. I think this is connected to moving away from old patterns, anything that fulfilled, outlived its purpose, as you move into something fresh and new. Chiron is helping you to heal. Maybe you're moving into a brand new life cycle, journey, path, closing a major 19-year cycle since the last eclipse on Aries and Libra took place around about 19 years ago, because Chiron is allowing you to heal. Perhaps you're healing any issues connected to intimacy, to your ability to connect with others on a deeper level. This could be also about setting new goals connected to joint and shared resources. Perhaps this is about a new connection, a brand new deep connection that you're entering, or business partnership. Now with the 8th house, I think this is also when you'll be dealing with investments, inheritance, possibly. But at the same time, I think your approach to money is changing. Perhaps you want to invest your money in the upcoming future. Perhaps you want to, you're changing your relationship with money, your approach to money making. And at the same time, this is also about healing to some deeply rooted feelings, emotions, traumas as well. Whatever happens in the 8th house is of a very deep and transformative nature. So here, all these energies present are helping you, are allowing you to go down deep and see how you can reinvent yourself, how you can transform your life on a bigger scale to reach that fulfillment, to reach your purpose. Now let's have a look at Libras. Libras, this is your 7th house, so your relationships are highlighted. I feel like I spoke so much already about this Aries house because of all the videos I recorded recently. But it's all about your relationships, dear Libras. Relationships, partnerships, and I think your approach to love. Those who have been wounded and hurt in the past have an opportunity to heal. And I think this is also a chance for you to gain a deeper understanding of the people that you attract into your life and vice versa, the people that you are attracted to. If you have been attracting the wrong types, then here Mercury is retrograde, Chiron is conjunct this eclipse. This is when you have a chance to finally understand why. And this is also when you can start to make better choices moving forward. And in order to form a healthier relationship, in order to move away from this negative cycle and finally attract the right people into your life, whether this is love partners, whether this is friendships, connections, whatever it is. I think for many Libras, this is about making better choices in regards to the people that you allow into your life. This eclipse could also attract a new person into your life, whether this is someone like a therapist or a friend, a business partner, a romantic partner, whoever it is, with the North Node. Here, the North Node in the 7th house, in Aries. Here, the North Node attracts people towards you or to your life, people who are supposed to help you, to get you back on track, to help you to move in the right direction. So you will be attracting here still until January next year, you will be attracting people, like-minded people. This could be 1, 2 people. It's not going to be too many, but these connections will be have a potential to be long-lasting and will have a beneficial influence upon your life. So keep an open eye. But at the same time, I think this is, I think there's a lot to do here with your approach to love, partnerships, people, relationships. You are undergoing this major healing, taking a different approach, seeing the past experiences connected to love, relationships, partnerships from a fresh angle, from a fresh perspective. And here, moving forward, you will hopefully make better decisions if you feel like you haven't been able to up until now. Now, this is also when you might be entering a business partnership with perhaps you have recently. You might be signing new contracts. So make sure that you read the small print if you have to do it during the retrograde phase of Mercury, because very often with Mercury retrograde, we overlook or miss the important information, and sometimes we just make the wrong decision. So keep this in mind. Scorpio. Scorpio, this is your 6th house. You are reinventing your daily life, daily responsibilities. And I think you're healing. Self-improvement is massively highlighted. Health checkups, medical appointments. I've done all my health checkups this month. I'm very happy because it has been a while actually, but with all these things, hormonal imbalances, things like experienced during the last Libra eclipse, in October, I went through all my checkups and it's all good. So I also encourage you, do your checks, do your blood tests, and to make sure that you are healthy, that you don't have any imbalances in your body. You're not lacking any vitamins. Now, perhaps this is also about implementing healthy changes into your diet, dietary changes. Now, this could be also about entering a new career or starting a new job, or even a side hustle connected to healing others, helping others. Now, at the same time, this could be about also changing your routine, daily life, daily responsibilities. And I think perhaps as your work environment is changing, the way you work, how you work, this could be also here highlighted. Some people might be leaving your organization, but other people might be coming into their place. But that's the North Node. The North Node helps us to move back on track. And generally, it realigns us with our purpose, with where we are supposed to be moving forward to, so to speak. So overall lifestyle changes, dietary changes, self-improvement, work-related changes, dynamics. But at the same time, you might be also getting a pet. I was hoping to have a pet by now, but it's not going to happen just yet. I think yeah, not in this house, but it will hopefully. So maybe you are lucky and you're going to have a pet with this eclipse. And let's now move to the next sign. Sagittarius, this is happening in your fifth house. And the fifth house, you are healing your inner self, your inner child. If you generally feel like your family didn't support you when you were young, or didn't encourage creativity, or didn't support you in your when it comes to growing your interests, exploring your interests, then this kind of memories and issues might show up in a way that perhaps you lack confidence, or you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in your skills, your talents. With this eclipse, you have a chance to heal, move away, see things from a very different angle, fresh light. Aries is connected to fresh energy. You'll be seeing them perhaps, hopefully, from a very different angle. And here, with Chiron involved, you have an opportunity to heal and move into a very different future. This is when you can generally take charge of your life. This is an action-oriented eclipse. Eclipses are about new beginnings. They reveal something that was hidden. Chiron here helps us to heal something that was overlooked in the past. Now the same, so yes, those are healing of the inner child, regaining confidence in the inner self, regaining your voice, regaining that ability to be yourself, to be your authentic self. Perhaps this is also about an opportunity to show off your skills and talents. Perhaps this is about a new business, new project, new idea, perhaps a new romance. Some Sagittarius rising might be entering new romantic relationships, but these relationships could be very different, with different type of people, with Chiron involved. Now, on a different level, this is also when perhaps you will be also healing some misconceptions and negative memories connected to past love experiences. Now, at the same time, you might be also healing a relationship with your child. This could be a brand new beginning for you. Or perhaps you want to work with children who perhaps went through difficult experiences, or perhaps have learning disabilities, or issues with mental health. So here you might be also entering a brand new career where you will be teaching, coaching, mentoring young people or children. I want to say also that you might want to be more adventurous, spontaneous, and but I think you might have this. This could be the time when you might have a lot of inner strength, especially since you are also a fire sign. And this eclipse connects with Sagittarius, your rising sign, by a trine. Okay, so let's move into the next sign. Capricorn. So yes, Capricorn, this is your fourth house. A solar eclipse is about new beginnings. We've got Mercury retrograde. So here you might be reconnecting with your relatives, healing some relationships with family members that perhaps you were unable to heal, or some issues that you are unable to resolve before. Chiron gives you this opportunity to make peace, to see things from a different light, different angle. At the same time, it could be about healing some emotional wounds, childhood traumas, or difficult experiences. Aries is connected to fresh energy, new beginnings. I know Mercury is retrograde, so we need to kind of take a more of a step-by-step approach, and perhaps remain mindful and conscious of our decisions and choices we make around this time, without making impulsive decisions. But at the same time, here with this eclipse and Chiron, Chiron can help us to see things that perhaps we missed, overlooked in the past. So I think you might be healing some past emotional wounds, difficulties, childhood traumas. And I think this will be so healthy, because this will help you to feel emotionally fulfilled, to feel at peace. Now, at the same time, it could be about relocation, of course. All the eclipses on Aries and Libra, fourth and the 10th house, they indicate a change of residence, a relocation. So perhaps you'll be moving, changing residence, moving house, or perhaps someone could be moving in and moving out. There could be major renovations going on as well. This isn't about just, painting a wall or something little. It's about something bigger. Very often people with eclipses in the fourth house, they generally add extensions, and it's something big that when you look back into this period of time in about 20 years, you will remember that, okay, I moved during that time. It was a time of a major renovation. This could be also connected to some major new beginnings in your parents' life. Perhaps they are moving, perhaps they are retiring, perhaps they will need your support. They might be also going through major life changes during this time as well. But this could be very much a positive change, because Jupiter is in your fifth house along with Uranus, and they are about to conjoin as well a few days after this eclipse is exact. So the fifth house is actually the second house from our parental houses. And very often with a positive transits in our fifth house, this also means that our parents are going through growth at this time. So this could be the case for you as well. Of course, it depends on other factors as well. It's very generalized, but this could be the case. So major renovations, more relocation, healing of past emotional wounds, experiences, memories, and perhaps healing of some connections with family members as well. It's all about moving into a much more positive future. The eclipses aren't here to destroy our lives, to make our lives difficult. No, they are here to show what we have missed. And also they are here to help us to move forward rather than backwards. Now let's see what's happening in the next sign, and this is Aquarius. Aquarius, this is happening in your third house. The third house deals with communication, rational thinking, our mind, siblings, short distance travel. Okay, so the third house could mean that you will be making a major announcement during this time. This could be also about healing of any issues connected to communication as well. If you experience, or generally if you struggle with communication, self-expression, then here these eclipses are here to help you to regain your voice, to regain your inner voice, to speak more freely, authentically. So yes, self-expression is highlighted. Perhaps you're writing a book, perhaps you're starting a blog. Communication is overall really highlighted here. This could be about a new social account as well. Or you might find yourself really reconnecting with people on a bigger scale. Mercury is retrograde, so yes, reconnection is definitely highlighted here. This could be also about a new business, because the third house is connected to our business. Now, this could be related to a major travel, healing of your relationship with your siblings, relatives next of kin. Perhaps your siblings are going through major life changes, getting married, engaged, having children. Now, I think this is also connected to working with your hands, but yes. So basically, pottery and art, creativity is really enhanced. But at the same time, I think for many Aquarius rising, this is about healing of any wounds related to your intellect, to your confidence in yourself, in your mind, in your knowledge as well. It might be that it's an essential element of the journey that you've just entered, or a skill that you need to improve, acquire, especially since Pluto is now in your first house. And here with the solar eclipse and Chiron, this is something that you can definitely improve, work on in order to move into a much more positive and brighter future. Overall, with the North Node in your third house, it's about focusing on what's around you rather than going too far away with your mind. Something around you in your surrounding community needs your attention. Perhaps you're expanding your social circle with people from your community. Perhaps this is connected to your involvement in the community life as well. Okay, so let's look at Pisces. Pisces, this is happening in your second house. So here, the second house is connected to our self-worth, self-esteem, resources, possessions, our income. Now, with a solar eclipse in your second house, this is about some new beginnings connected to a new source of income, new career, new job, new business, potentially. But at the same time, it looks like your relationship with money is changing. Your approach to money making as well. You might be dealing with some major transactions, major financial decisions as well, major purchases. Perhaps you'll be decluttering as well, getting rid of things that you no longer need, moving away from old patterns, and embracing something fresh and new. Mercury is still retrograde, so keep all your receipts as well. But at the same time, I think you'll be having lots of conversations connected to money, finance, and the economy in general. But I think this is also connected to healing of self-worth, self-esteem. This could indicate that perhaps you will be moving away from any negative habits, behavioral patterns, even connections that negatively contribute into your sense of self-esteem, self-worth. Perhaps you'll be undergoing a certain degree of healing that could help you to feel more confident, that could help you to increase your self-worth and self-esteem. Is about finding the inner beauty within, not necessarily on the outside. So it's within, not necessarily through resources, material, physical possessions. Here with the eclipse and Chiron in your second house, this is about also perhaps learning about yourself on a deeper level. And you might also enjoy either watching videos, movies, reading articles, books connected to that could help you to boost your self-esteem, that would help you to boost your self-worth, especially if you feel like it has been wounded. Here, this eclipse is here to help you to change your mindset. And also, this is connected to personal values. Perhaps you're redefining your personal values at this time. So thank you very much. All right, so we reached the final time for this forecast. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy solar eclipse in Aries, and until the next time, bye for now.